All right, we'll go ahead and get it started. Nobody's in here, but it's all right, man. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Life of Champ podcast. For today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to cultivate an undefeated mindset, part 2, as well as we're going to be talking about basketball featuring the boy Anthony. So for the people that do not know you, which if they've been watching up to this point, then they do know you. But for the people that do not know you, Anthony, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yes, sir. Anthony Washington, best friend of Champ for 12 years now.
Sure.
Always been undefeated, mindset or not. Come on now.
Exactly. And I had also mentioned to you on the last podcast, just because you helped me cultivate the mindset that it needed to, for me to be in the position that I am right now, and for me to be in the position that I'm going to be in. Definitely, Anthony's a big influence, so I definitely got to bring him on to get his opinion on some of the mindsets as well. But other than that, like I said, if you're in here, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And a few other things I want to mention before we start getting into the topics. Make sure you go ahead and leave a like on my YouTube Shorts as well as my TikToks. So, Life of a Champ podcast on both. So, make sure you tap in with that as well. And then we're going to be answering the chat. So, we have a live chat, obviously. So, make sure you go ahead and leave a comment if you are in here. We're going to be doing it a little bit different, like I mentioned in my last podcast. So, comments are going to be a thing that I kind of dip into, but I don't interact with the entire time. So we'll have segments of the podcast that we'll go ahead and get into it for the comments. But other than that, we'll go ahead and get into it. Give me 1 second, though. All right. Yeah, give me 1 second. All right. So first mindset, right? This is a mindset that I got from my boy Big Sean, which, if you know me, you know I love me some Big Sean, my guy, because obviously he's the king of undefeated mindsets through his music, in my opinion. Have never listened to a person that has as many undefeated mindsets in their music as Big Sean does. So, the first one is, losing team ain't no way, that's us. And it's as simple as that, right? Not believing that you are inferior in any position, right? Believing that the people you surround yourself with, not only are they in a winning position because of you, you're in a winning position because of them, most importantly. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about that one? Losing team ain't no way, that's us.
I think it's literally it might as well be our freaking motto at this point.
Honestly,
Sorry.
actually.
At this point, but because here's the thing, it's because it's all growth, right? You know, you got both supporting parties, right?
Yeah.
Helping each other to grow, to be better people.
Yeah.
And obviously in that, you know, that's a winning. That's not just a winning mindset. That's a winning team right there, right? You can't lose with that. You know,
Can't lose. Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, undefeated mindset.
Exactly.
You can't lose. You can't lose at all.
Can't lose.
All right. So we get into the next one. This is the one that Anthony wanted to talk about. So go ahead and go with that one.
Yes, it's about taking lessons, not losses, right? You can lose a game, but did you really lose if you learned from it though, right? You can lose a lot of things, right? But if you learned what goes wrong when you did lose, then did you really lose? You know, it's basically it's a different way of looking at it than most people. Most people like, hey, yo, we lost, fine, we can work on it, we can get better. No, it's all right. Look at what you did wrong, right?
Okay.
Look at what you can do better, and learn from it, right? You can't lose if you have a mindset of learning, right? Like simple as that, honestly.
Yeah. It's basically just understanding that, like I said, those points in times, those lows, right? Those lows are going to be nothing more than just a temporary experience. And obviously, you know, there's plenty that you can get out of an experience, and not looking at it as like the end all be all of, like I said, most games are not for all the marbles, right? So do not act like they're all for all the damn marbles at this point, right? So that's why, like I said, straight lessons, never losses. Come on now.
You're still alive after it, right?
Simple as that. Another day. If that's the end of that day, make sure your tomorrow is not going to be down bad like that one was pretty much.
Yep. You're still breathing, so you can come back from it.
Exactly. The next one, never count yourself out. Never count yourself out. Simple as that, right? I feel like a lot of people, and you know this as well, a lot of people, they have this negative self-talk that they always say to themselves that really counts them out before they even get started with what they're trying to do. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is one thing I never understood, right? Because with negative self-talk, it's bad enough that like the world is against you. Now you're against you. Like, which is crazy to me because I hear people talking about it in public. I hear my coworkers do it sometimes, right? Even, I don't care if it's joking or sarcastically. You will never hear me do any negative self-talk at all whatsoever. Because even if it's the little things, whether you don't believe it or not, you say it often enough, you will start to believe it, right? And then that will change your mood over time, right?
Yep.
That's why never once you will never hear me saying, "Oh, I'm dumb, oh, I'm stupid, or I can't do this, I can't do that." No, I can do it. It's just a matter of if I feel like it. Honestly,
Facts.
that's what the difference will be. I can do it whenever I want to. I can win. I will win. I will always win. I'm not gonna lose. Simple as that. If it's so when people are like, I can't do this, I can't do that. The reason why you can't is because you say you can't.
Exactly.
Honestly, if you think you're gonna lose, you've already lost. If someone goes into a position, right, saying goes into it like a job interview, right, thinking, hey, I'm not gonna get this job.
Congratulations,
you're not gonna get the job.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going in another direction. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, what I see is it's self-sabotage, and you don't even recognize it. Some people are they're so immune to it, right, that they don't even realize that they're self-sabotaging themselves, right? You're putting that negativity into your mind. You're putting yourself down, and like in this life, you shouldn't be putting yourself down, right? You see people, and you see people do it all the time, and it's so normalized within today's society for people to commonly say these things. And like I had mentioned on a previous podcast, I seen it happen so much in school. I don't know if you've seen it in school as well.
Yeah,
But
I've seen it at school sometimes.
there's people that are just like it's just a negative. It's honestly just a one huge negative counter loop. So yeah,
Here's the thing. I see it as like the equivalence of like what people who take drugs, right? Here's the thing, right? Because drugs will ruin your body. Self-talk will ruin your mind. It's the mental equivalence of that, honestly. It's actually partially what could bring about if some people are depressed. That could be a contributing factor, right? Think, hey, I'm better today than I was yesterday. Even if you're not, right? Mentally, you could be better.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. All right, so let me read some of these comments real quick. Yes, like I said, shout out to Eric, shout out to KJ for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. Give me 1 second.
Yes, they did, KJ. Yes.
KJ had to come in. Come on now. Once it creeps into your head, then it takes effect. Okay, yeah, I agree for sure. Life can knock you down. Don't do it to yourself. Exactly. It's as simple as that, right? Like I said, a lot of people had these defeating mindsets, man. And like I said, if you want to have that mindset, that's cool, man. But like I said, over here, we're not promoting that because I'm not trying to hear that negativity. That's that voice in my ear that I ain't trying to hear. Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Celtics won. Yeah, come on now.
Yes, sir, they did. Man, I said this was gonna happen before. I already knew this was gonna happen.
What?
We'll get into that later, though.
Okay, that's cool. On Twitch, you can see somebody comments from YouTube as well. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. We get into the next one. Next mindset is everything you do is bigger than yourself, right? And I feel like a lot of people do not have this perspective on life, and this is a perspective that I picked up. I want to say maybe like a few years ago, that it really internalized, and I understood exactly, kind of the bigger picture, essentially, right? Everything you do. Now, you might think that maybe it's selfish to do some of these things, but there's even things you can do, like, for example, meditating. Meditating, right? It seems like you're doing it just for you, when in reality, you're not really doing it just for you. You're doing it for the calmness, to have those calmness in those moments where you might not want to feel the most calm, right? If you're able to, like I said, cultivate that mindset, right? You're going to be able to not only branch that out to other people. Let's just say, like I said, a situation happens with me and you. If I'm taking care of myself the way I need to, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna put us in a better position to win.
Yeah.
Right. So, like I said, you could just have that paradigm of, you know what? Maybe I'm doing this for me, and it feels like I'm doing it for me, but is it really for the bigger cause? Is there really something bigger behind it all? And a lot of people are really just tunnel visioned of just themselves. And like I said, I recognize that for sure. Everything you do is bigger than yourself, whether you would like to admit it or not. It is one of those things that is unconscious. You're unconsciously doing it for a reason that is bigger than yourself now. Like I said, become conscious of that and, It'll give you that motivation or give you that drive to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that one, Anthony?
I think that's a good one, right? Honestly, it's definitely not a mindset that's what's it called? Being adopted by many people. Honestly, I'm actually just now hearing of it for the first time too. Actually, I think it's definitely an interesting mindset to adopt though, because if you really think about it, right, you'll realize you can go so much further with that. Honestly, than thinking, hey, I'm doing this to better myself. It's like, no, I'm doing this to better. Well, I mean, it's a bit of a grand scope. It's like, hey, I'm doing my part, right? Like I'm
Exactly.
in the world. Like I'm doing this to better all of us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is one of those things. Like, first, if you have that mindset, right? And I mentioned this on the last podcast with the first Undefeated Mindset podcast, but it's one thing to let yourself down. It's another thing to let many other people down, right?
Yep.
So, like, for example, right, if I stop doing this, I could just say, you know what, I stopped doing it for me. Now, I have a lot more to think about, right? I have the people that have invested into this, right? I have the people that like to watch this. I got my biggest supporter right here, and KJ, of course. Um, it's bigger. I made it bigger than myself. Does that make sense? So I can never take away from that. And the second that I would try to take away from that, like I said, then I'm not only letting myself down, I'm letting many other people down. And of course, it's much harder to let everybody else down. So that's something that I just would never do. See the mindset. See what I'm talking about. But yeah, the next one is going to be your future self will thank your past self if you put in the work right now. Your present self, if you put in the work with your present self, your future self is eventually going to say thank you, past champ, past Anthony, past whoever, right? But you, like I said, you got to be able to put the work in right now. You got to be able to you got to lift the heavy weight right now, and eventually one of these days you're going to thank yourself. What do you think about that?
I think that's very true. As a matter of fact, I've heard my mother say it over and over and over and over and over and over. Honestly, I've heard her say at least 1 million times, right? She says, "You do what you have to do, so you can do what you want to do." Right?
Exactly true.
If you want your future self to be able to live a life of leisure, right, and just chill and happiness, right, you have to be able to put in the work right now, right? Because if you wait till later, right, to put in the work in, by the time you get to actually enjoy that happiness, you're on your last legs, right?
Exactly.
So Ayo, if you do everything you do now, right? Because I remember, I know, because I'm thinking myself already, right? From my year ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think my past self and past you, actually, like when you first said we should start going to the gym, right?
Yes, sir, thinking past channel. Come on now.
I didn't want to go, but I thank my past self for saying yes, right, and sticking to it. Because now I'm in like the best shape of my life at the moment.
Exactly.
So and only getting better.
And only getting better.
Only getting
exactly.
better.
We back. I told y'all that. Yeah, I've been working out with Anthony for what is it? How many? Well, we started back up like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Like that, yeah.
2 months ago, something like that.
3 months ago, yeah.
We go hard, fellas. We've been going hard, man.
Yep.
Like I said, shout out to KJ. We got to work in. We got to work in today, so that was lit. All right, so next thing, you got any more mindsets off the dome that you can give these people, man?
Right off the dome.
Straight off the dome, man.
Man, I can't. No, that people don't know. I'll call them back later. It's fine. Right off the dome.
Straight off the dome. You got any?
Yeah. Just right off the dome, I'd have to say, ignore any what's it called? This insulting or like what's it called? Any negative not self-talk, any negative talk towards you, right?
Okay.
Like any criticism or anything like that, right?
If it's constructive criticism,
if it's constructive criticism, right? It should look into it, and figure out how it can make you better, right? If it's just general criticism at all, take it with a grain of salt. It's another person that more than likely, especially people online, it's someone who you may or may not know, but more than likely, right? They don't get it. That's what it boils down to me, is that they don't understand what you're trying to do, right? Honestly, that's what I've been doing a lot of that. Just take people's crap with a grain of salt, right? It's like, if you don't know them, right, then they don't matter.
Exactly.
Like this is gonna be their one time of like, hey, as a matter of fact, thank them, right? I thank you for taking your time out to talk to me or about me, right? If you had nothing better to do with your time, I appreciate that.
You own the real estate in the head. Come on.
Exactly.
Which brings me to my next point.
Yeah.
Undefeated mindset. Anthony, you're going to love this one. And I'm surprised you didn't think about this one. You're going to love this one. The undefeated mindset is this right here.
All right.
Give less fucks. I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
That's basically what I was trying to hint at that, right?
I got it.
But yes, man, I've this is the one I've mastered. I have literally mastered not giving a fuck, honestly.
That boy locked in with this one, fellas.
It's because
He locked in with that one for sure.
it's because if you can give me a really, really good reason as to why I should, right, then I might consider it. But
If you don't.
exactly. Because here's the thing. But another thing, though, I don't really give a fuck about their reasons either, though.
Exactly, fellas.
Right. So here's the thing, right? Because people who care too much, right? Because it was a quote. What did the quote say? It said, the brave never live long, but the cautious never live at all, right? Yeah.
Spitting right there.
So, right. So, and here's the thing, right? So if you live just too cautiously, right, you're not doing anything, right? If the less fucks you give, the more freedom you have, right? The more freeing you are. Because here's the thing, right? Like, because you can do anything when you just don't care. Because people always care about the consequences for this and that, right? As long as it's obviously, outside of legal situations, right?
Yeah, of course.
As far as just what's it called? Just going for it, doing something you want to do. Like, hey, I remember I saw on your story. It said you gotta take a risk at some point, right?
I'm about to mention that right now.
Yeah. You gotta take a risk if you want to see any results, right? Don't give a fuck about what the consequences for failing are, right? They don't matter. You focus more on your goal, right? Do not give a fuck about the consequences at all, unless they're like hey, this is really gonna fuck me over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then but you got to take a risk either way, though.
Exactly.
So, hey, I don't give a fuck.
But yeah. Basically, like I said, with that mindset, right? People let people that do not matter. They let their opinion that doesn't matter hinder them and hurt them, which I never really understood. Like I said, if they don't mean anything to you, realistically, right? There should be a few group of people that exist that what they say actually means something to you, where you have to take a second look and say, hey, you know what? Maybe they are saying something, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, if it's outside of that group, 98% of the time, you should not give a fuck.
Don't give a single fuck.
Exactly. You honestly shouldn't.
No.
And back to what you were saying earlier with the post that I posted, right?
Yeah.
You either take a risk to do what you want to do in this life, or you take a risk being like everybody else by not taking the risk. But either way, you take a risk regardless. So, fellas, this is another one of those undefeated mindsets. You have to really evaluate whether you want to take a risk to try to live the life that you want to live, outside of all the doubt, outside of all the people who are telling you not to do it. If it's something that you truly want to do, and have your mind set and have a plan for it, go ahead and take that risk. Calculated risks always over just random bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, if you choose not to take a risk, you are risking something, regardless of what you think.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Risking being average.
You're risking being average, exactly. Like I said, just like everybody else, man. Here's the thing: it's not hard to be like everybody else.
Exactly.
But
falling in line is easy.
Exactly.
Way too easy.
So yeah, exactly. It's a bare minimum. It's the bare minimum. Well, it's the bare minimum for most, not the bare minimum for me. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I want to go back to what you're saying though. Understanding people who actually care about other people's. That one never really clicked with me like at all. I don't think it ever will either. It's just that because here's the thing: if you don't know this person, then more than likely, if you don't know this person, they don't know you either, right?
Exactly.
So they have no idea, right? The actual situation, what goes on behind the scenes. They know what you said, right, and what they saw, right. They don't know anything beyond that. So why should you ever give a fuck about anything they have to say, right? Their opinion is completely irrelevant. If the person isn't involved, all right, or doesn't like you said, isn't in your circle of trustworthy people, right? Your circle of trustees, let's just call it, right?
Yeah.
If they're not in that circle, then anything they said is completely irrelevant, right?
Exactly. They don't know you.
Yeah.
right? There's a few people that do know you. Let's keep it 1,000, right? They don't know you, so you can never let somebody that doesn't know you tell you who you are. And that's one of those undefeated mindsets. You got to get rid of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm gonna have somebody do is tell me who I am when they do not know who the hell I am.
Yeah.
People let that happen and let that slide all the time. I never understood. Like I said, we never understood that. We never understood that. But that's just how I feel about that, man. It's crazy, man. People really out here, man. People really out here letting people that do not matter. People are really out here letting people's opinions that do not matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous out here, man.
They're basically, and here's the thing. That's how they get them too. That's how they get you, right? That's because if you read that comment and you're triggered by it, that's how they get you, right? If you see their comment and you just like another loser, and it doesn't matter, then all they did was waste their time. All they did was waste their time typing whatever, or they wasted their breath telling you whatever it is, right?
You own the real estate in the head.
Exactly. Exactly. You wasted their time. However, if you let it get to you, then they're wasting your time. They're wasting your time by you giving it attention, you giving it any rise or anything more than what it should be, which is absolutely nothing. Nothing at all.
Yep. Exactly. That man's spitting right there. Yeah, so hold up. The haters who hate you will thank you, who want to be you. Exactly. They're asleep, man. They're asleep. They don't even think that far either. They don't even believe it until,
Exactly.
hey, you up and they down, fellas. It's about simple as that.
I've seen so many. I'm not sure how many songs I've heard, but a lot of them say that they all have a similar concept when they say your haters are your biggest fans. That's true.
Hey, they be shouting. Hey, if they shouting your name, it don't matter what they say after they shouting your name. Let's keep it 1,000, right? All right, so yeah, we'll get into the next part of the podcast, which I'm sure some people are looking forward to. Give me 1 second though. Yeah, if you're in here right now, make sure you go and leave a comment. Like I said, if you're watching this, make sure you go and leave a like. Let us know your favorite undefeated mindset. And other than that, yeah, we're live on Twitch as well. Like I said, if you prefer watching live streams on Twitch, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Twitch. Just same thing, Life of a Champ podcast. I'm gonna be going live on there from here on out. Just because I think it'll be cool to get some new faces, new comments, new people. So make sure we're gonna rock with that. Also follow me on Rumble, Life of a Champ podcast. Why not, fellas? We on Rumble. Hey, just in case this shit burns down, fellas. You never know. You never know out here. But if it does, hey,
Rumble's got your back.
Exactly. That's the backup. That's the backup. Come on now. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll get into the next topic. So, the first game of the NBA season started earlier today. You motherfucker already happy. I ain't even say shit.
All right.
So yeah, we're gonna give you some predictions for the season. Yeah, we'll give you some predictions for the season. So, Anthony, just to preface, right? Anthony's favorite team is the Celtics.
Yes, they are.
My favorite team is the Suns, right? If you're watching this podcast, you should already know, man. Hey, come on now. It's on the shirt, man. Valley, come on now. You're in the time of this boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and give you our top. We're going to give you the teams that are making the playoffs, right? Anthony, do you want to go first? Or do you want to go first?
By all means, feel free.
All right, I'll go first.
I got to pull mine up anyways.
All right, so for the West, this is my 8 teams that are going to make the playoffs, right? And if you disagree with this list, it's okay if you disagree. Not everybody's opinion could be right. Simple. So you just got an incorrect opinion. That's okay. All right. This is not in any particular order. This is just the top 8 teams in the West. When it's all said and done, this is going to be the top 8 teams in the West. Number 1, okay, like I said, this is not in any order. Come on now. All right, number 1 I have is the Nuggets. Nuggets are going to be super tough. Super tough. That team is extremely deep. Jamal Murray coming back from an injury. Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. coming back as well. So that team should be healthy and should be ready to go. So I definitely have that team making the playoffs, and they might even make it the top 5 just because they got so much talent on the team. Second one is going to be the Warriors. It's a given. Warriors should be in it every single year. They're tough, man. They're tough. They won the chip last year, so they'll definitely be back. Next one is going to be the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, of course, they're tough as well. They have a younger team, but they have a very, very good culture there, and obviously John Morant is that fucking guy. So he's definitely going to be in there for sure. The next one is going to be the Clippers. Clippers are tough, so that's 4 right there. Clippers are tough. They're healthy. They're back, and they're annoying as hell. And I'm not looking forward to playing them, but they're gonna be tough for sure. Probably be top 3 in the Western Conference. The next one is going to be the obvious one, fellas. This is the most obvious one. The most obvious one, fellas. This is the most obvious one.
Yep.
It is going to be the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns are going to make the playoffs, and anyone that says anything otherwise is simply delusional, right? Shout out to him. Simply delusional. Delusional. The Suns are going to be making the playoffs. I've heard, that wasn't just him. There's plenty of other people I've seen on the internet. Oh, yeah, the Suns are not going to make it. They could have easily been the number 1 seed, 11 games up on the second team in the West, which would have put them at damn near 15 games better than any team in the East, at least. So there's no way you can tell me that they're not making the playoffs when they literally killed everybody last year in the regular season when it comes to regular season standings. They were number 1 by a great margin. So, yeah, they're definitely making it. Next team is going to be the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are a big-ass team. So, I definitely have them. They got Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, Cat. They're gonna be really, really tough. I cannot imagine being an NBA team going against that team, man. That team is that's a big-ass team.
For real.
So, yeah, I have them. 2 more teams, so that was 6. I got the Mavs. Fuck the Mavs. Simple, fellas. Simple. Fuck the Mavs. They're making it. They added Christian Wood, I'm pretty sure. Lucas, he's going to be pretty good. He's probably going to be averaging like 30-something. But, yeah, I have them making it as well. Fuck them. Next one, Lakers. Fuck the Lakers, too. Simple, fellas. Fuck the Lakers.
Fuck the Lakers.
I do have them making it barely. They'll probably be top 6. I give them top 6. But, yeah, they're going to turn it on a little bit this year. They're still not going to be making it far in the playoffs. But I do have them making the playoffs this year, even though they suck all day. Shout out to Andrew. Lakers trash. All right, next. The East. All right, go ahead and give your West.
Nice.
Is there any teams different than that, by the way?
As a matter of fact, there's only one.
Okay.
There's only one that's different than that.
Okay, so talk about that one. Who do you have out? Who do you have out of that?
What I have out, I have the Lakers out.
Okay.
Fuck them, God. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't believe in them at all, and I never will. Right? No matter how good they ever do. Right? I will never believe that the Lakers will win a championship, a game, a seed, nothing. Right? They don't.
Shit then, Anthony.
They don't. Not only do I not think they'll win it, I don't think they even deserve it. I name it. It's just a shit team. It's just a shit organization. Like
he's a Celtics fan, fellas. He's a Celtics fan.
Yeah, right. If you think I'm a hater on the Lakers, I 120,000% am. Yes. I've been preying on their downfall since day one. Still am. Yep. No, I don't have the Lakers in it because, well, for one, they need to get their shit together. I'm perfectly fine with them not doing though. So perfectly fine. Don't get your shit together. I actually prefer that, honestly. Instead of the Lakers, though, I have the Trailblazers going in. Honestly.
Terrible take.
Terrible take. Maybe.
I would have put the Pelicans in there.
Pelicans. I was thinking Pelicans at first.
Got Zion back. Bi.
That's
who I would personally, if I were you. If the Lakers were gone, Pelicans making it.
Here's the thing. Yeah, Pelicans are a good take too. But it's for me. This one's more of a hopeful prediction. Honestly, I'm hoping Lillard will get in the playoffs.
The only way they make it to the playoffs is he has a incredible MVP season, which I don't see happening. He's one of my favorite players, by the way. But I don't see it happening.
I put the Pelicans over the Lakers too. Shit, I put everybody over the Lakers. As a matter of fact, I'd put the Lakers so far down low as to say as they're as bad as not the Pelicans, as they're as bad as the fucking Pistons. All right.
Pistons down terrible.
Exactly, both dog shit.
All right, we'll get into the next one, right? So that's his prediction. So basically, all the things that I said, just swap out the Lakers and put in the Trailblazers. All right, next one. We're gonna get down to the East, right, fellas?
Yeah.
For the East, hold on. Let me make sure that's 8. 1, 2, 3. That's 8 for sure. All right. All right. For the first team, pretty obviously, Heat are so tough. Heat are tough. Physical team.
Yeah.
They got the culture. Eric Spoelstra, come on now. You already know what time it is. That team's going to be tough. Jimmy Buckets, fellas. Jimmy Buckets is tough. He's going to be one of my dark horses for the MVP as well because he can go off. He can go crazy, go stupid. So I have the Heat. I have the Celtics. Celtics, fellas. That's it. That's all I got to say. Next, I got the Sixers. Man, they fucking suck today, but hopefully they get better. James Harden.
I mean,
he's probably gonna have a pretty good season.
in their defense, look who they were going up against. Come on now.
That's tough. Hey, can't win them all, fellas. Next one I have which is gonna be the fourth one, which is the Nets. Nets are tough. I have them at least making the Eastern Conference Finals if they can stay healthy, for sure. Next team is going to be the Hawks. Hawks are going to be tough. I can't remember if they made the playoffs last year or not. They probably did. Probably out like first round or something like that. But I definitely have them making it this year. I feel like they added a few more pieces. I'm pretty sure they added DeJounte Murray, and then they brought back what's his face Collins. That boy's tough, and obviously you got Trae Young. Come on now. Next is going to be the Cavs. The Cavs are tough too. They got so many big men on that team. It's actually disgusting, boy. Like, man, they got crazy big men. Evan Mobley,
Jared Allen.
Just those two alone, man. I don't know if they're going to be starting at the same time. If they're starting at the same time, that's the only team that can really compete with the fucking Timberwolves when it comes to size.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have them definitely making it for sure, especially with that boy Darius Garland as well. Super tough. Next, I have the Bucks. It's a given. Bucks are tough. Fuck the Bucks, by the way. Fuck the Bucks for real. But yeah, they're gonna be tough as well. And then the last team is going to be the Raptors, which the Raptors always somehow, some way make it into the playoffs because they're a solid team. Like I said, I don't have them winning it. I don't have them leaving out the first or leaving. I don't have them making it to the second round and winning for damn sure. I don't see it happening. So Raptors as my last team. Okay, do you have anybody different than that? All right, just break down your entire 8.
My entire 8. I mean, honestly, most of those are the exact same. I do have one that's different, but I'll break it down. Obviously, you got the one that's gonna win the chip, obviously, which is
Smoking dick.
Man, ain't no doubt in my mind. You got the one that's gonna win the chip. You got the Celtics, right?
Oh, fuck me. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you got all the runner-ups. We got the Bucks, right? Obviously the Bucks are gonna go fucking ham, right?
Fuck the Bucks, yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. Fuck the Bucks. As a matter of fact, I forgot about that in the West. Fuck the Warriors, man. Ain't they some bitches too? Swear fuck the Warriors. Second, yeah. Fuck them and their rings. They don't need no goddamn rings. Burn them. Burn the team. Burn the rings. Give it to the Celtics. They deserve it more. All right.
Did you know I got the Celtics dad on my wall?
The fuck?
I do. He's right there. Celtics dad, right? Steph Curry? Come on now. Next! Let's get into it.
Man, he got a bitch on his Inspire poster. Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Man, that's wild. All right. I got the Bucks. I got Celtics, Bucks. All right, and obviously, I mean, I kind of feel like they're mid at this point after we got swept them right up. The Nets though, Yep, I do have the Nets going because KD and Kyrie still gonna be killing it. Come on now, we already know this, right? They're obviously gonna make the playoffs. The Heat, well, they'll make it too. I mean, fuck them as well, man. I don't really like most of these motherfuckers, honestly, but yeah, he don't make it too, right?
Is that 4 or 5?
That is 1, 2, 3. That's 4.
Okay.
That's 4, right?
That's 4, okay.
And then we got the losers of today, the 76ers. Yes. Although they won't beat the Celtics, as we've seen tonight, they'll beat other people, right? Enough to get in the playoffs, right?
Okay.
Obviously, just to lose, but still, right? The Sixers will also be in the playoffs, right? Raptors are tough. Raptors are fucking tough, right?
Raptors are tough.
Obviously, I got Hawks in there too. Hawks are, Trae Young, John Collins. Come on now, they're gonna go ham, right?
They're gonna go ham for sure.
This is the only one I switched up on, right? Is my last one, and it's mostly because I'm not gonna lie. I was sleeping on the Cavs, and a few other teams in the East. I got the Bulls though.
That's not a bad pick. Bad pick, honestly. The Bulls are tough. Shout out to KJ because I know you're probably watching.
Yeah.
The Bulls are tough. It's just here's the thing: can they stay healthy? Obviously, Lonzo's out. Tough. That's fucking tough, by the way. Still got Zach LaVine, Vucevic. They got a few other guys over there, but
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing that
that's like a best case scenario for your season, making the playoffs.
that is true. That is true for Bulls. Yeah, if they can stay healthy, I think realistically they could make a playoff run.
Yeah, like I said, if they stay healthy,
But,
for
yeah.
sure. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you guys have any takes on whether you think what team is going to make the playoffs, if you have any disagreements to our lists, even though like I said, you probably won't be wrong, go ahead and leave it in the comments as well. Uncle Drew only playing like 20 games. Man, hopefully not, right? Hopefully not. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, with Kyrie, you never know, my guy.
Slim Reaper can win without him. Lakers all day. Did he say Lakers all day? Kick his ass out the chat. Any opinion?
Ban him.
Any opinion he has after that is completely irrelevant.
Yeah,
I don't even care. Lakers all day.
What I will say is you are lucky because if Anthony was in the chat, he would ban you right now.
Swear, I'd have been on his head.
Yeah, you'd have been on his head. All right, we're gonna get into our MVP predictions. Did you write down 3 people?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
I did.
So I'll start it off. So my top three MVP picks for this year. The MVP is going to be one of these people. I'm gonna let you know right now.
Mhm.
And no, Devin Booker's not on this list, even though he's probably still gonna win it. But we're gonna get into this right here. All right, top 3. All right, KD. This is who I have winning it. Actually winning it. Right, KD. You can't really disagree with that. He's got to be a top 3 because he's that guy. If he can stay healthy, he's gonna be winning the MVP in my opinion, because that team is gonna be going crazy too. So that is why I have winning it. The runner-ups, the obvious one, Giannis, right? Obviously, he's super tough. Eventually, he's going to get that LeBron James treatment where he's not going to be getting the MVP anymore because they're just going to give it to somebody else, even though he's probably going to be playing some of the best basketball of his entire career. But, yeah, I would say he's definitely going to be in there as well. And then I have Luka. Luka's obviously probably going to have a good year, even though he's going to suck against the Suns and get eliminated by the Suns this year. He's still going to go off. He's still going to go off and have an MVP-like season. But like I had mentioned, Suns are still going to kick their ass. Simple.
Yep.
So with that being said, Anthony, all right, go ahead and well, first of all, what do you think about my MVP choices?
They're actually very solid choices, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, every single one of them are really really good choices. Obviously, if KD can get back, then more than likely he's a top contender. Obviously for I think even more than Giannis and Luka.
He's really that guy, and
Yep.
Luka and Giannis are tough. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They're tough.
Somehow though, it still isn't on my list though.
Giannis or KD?
No, KD isn't.
Wow. Okay.
All right, and the only reason why, because the other two are the exact same. I may be reaching a little bit, right? But I got Tatum.
Here's the thing: you got to take your bias out. You really believe he's gonna have MVP season? Here's the thing. But it looks right now he might.
I was about to say
35 points first game.
I was about to
That's
say,
tough.
based off of that first game, he had reaching. Man, you're a Lakers fan. You don't get to say shit. All right. Also, also though, no. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If he can play like this, right? For which obviously seeing us tonight, he can, right?
If
Okay, when he plays like this, right?
If.
When he plays like this all season, right?
If he can, yeah.
He got a chance. He should be in the running, right?
Okay.
Outside of him, I also have Giannis and Luka. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. My top pick for this year's MVP was Luka. Honestly,
Okay.
just because
Fuck Luka. Go ahead.
because he proved. I mean, even though he got his shit smacked in the, obviously he got his shit smacked by the Warriors last year, but outside of that, even so though, he's been balling out. Even in the European League, I think it was. Yeah, the man's been balling out left and right. So I think realistically, he's obviously a top contender for what's it called?
MVP.
For MVP. Yeah.
Yeah, that list is pretty good. I definitely have Tatum in my top 10 for sure. Top 10 MVP. He single-handedly beat the Suns. They got lucky one game, fellas. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody gets lucky once in a while. Everybody has a bad day once in a while. It's simple as that. Come on now, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
Just happens to be lucky on a bad day. That's all it is, fellas.
But here's the thing though. If he single-handedly if he beat the Suns with one hand, he could have bet beat the Lakers with a fucking
Nothing.
nothing.
With no hands at all.
He don't even need a pinky, bruh.
Swear to God, he don't.
Blink, and they lost.
Simple. Right? Here's the thing, man. Imagine being a Lakers fan talking about the Suns. You can't trash talk the Suns until the Lakers actually do some shit. Until they actually start winning games.
Says everybody talks when they up. Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. They do. And Lakers fans are the ones.
Real quiet right now.
Lakers fans, here's the thing. Lakers fans talk when they're down, which doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Right? I should be hearing crickets from their corner.
Crickets.
Yo.
I got you. When it comes to Lakers fan, right? When it comes to Lakers fans, y'all should be like this for the last fucking 2 or 3 seasons.
Swear. I don't want to hear a peep out of that.
Here's the thing. Anybody that's a Lakers fan, irrelevant instantly.
Did you guys forget your last 2
Loyal,
seasons?
okay. Loyal is one thing, right? But here's the thing. You ain't got to be irrational. That's another thing, right? Simple.
I remember when they went up against the Suns in the first round. They got smacked the shit out of in the first round.
Smacked the shit out of them.
Then I remember when they went up against the Suns, then it got smacked again. Not even in the playoffs. Smacked out of even the playing option.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's been a rough few years for them, but we digress.
It's been man,
it's been a hell of a year for us though. I tell you that.
Man, I swear, I'm sitting back watching the Lakers with popcorn. Oh, they losing. We happy. That's a good day right there.
For sure. All right, getting into the next thing. Okay. Getting into the next thing, the defensive player of the year running, right? So this is easy, fellas. This one's easy. Everyone should have the same opinion because if you don't have this opinion, then you're just wrong. Simple. Did you put your top 3 for defensive player of the year?
Did I?
Oh, fuck.
I only had one, honestly.
So you okay. Oh, my God. Okay. So defensive player of the year. Who do I think is going to get it this year? I'm going to change out my list right now, by the way. Okay. Defensive player of the year, I have Mikal Bridges winning. He should have won it last year over Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart, sorry ass, got broken down by James Harden, slid across the floor, and
the defense was still good enough to make James Harden look like a clown.
He just missed
when he damn near airballed it.
No,
he was still scared. He was still shook.
Nobody was scared. Nobody was shook. He just missed it.
Man.
But yeah, Mikal definitely, he's definitely gonna get it this year. He's definitely earns it. He earned it last year, but they give it to him this year. Fine, whatever. My runner-ups.
He made the mistake of not being on the Celtics. That's where Mikal went wrong. Continue.
I don't know. My runner-ups, I have. I'm gonna have Embiid, and I'm gonna have. Who else did I say? Embiid, and then I'll just say Bam Adebayo. They're gonna be people. I think it's one of those 3 gonna get it for sure. But Mikal's definitely gonna get it this year. And that's not being that's not me being a Suns fan. That's me watching basketball and saying, wow. He's guarding everybody. Simple. Marcus Smart shouldn't have got it. I don't care what anybody says. He shouldn't have got it. If he won the chip, here's the thing. If he won the chip, and here's the thing, he locked Steph Curry, give it to him. He earned it. He didn't. Simple. Simple as that, fellas. What do y'all think about that? What do you think? What do you think about my list, first of all?
What do I think about your list? I mean, I think it's a good list. But on a side note, Marcus Smart still won it, right? They ain't no going
win it back-to-back.
He deserved it, right? Mans went ham, cheese, and a sandwich on defense, right, all season. Even if he didn't do as good as Mikal, he's a Celtics. He's a Celtics. He deserved a dub, right? Give that man a dub.
Okay, who do you winning this year?
He won that dub. My main option was Giannis again, actually.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's obviously a great defender.
He's a great defender.
He's gonna get. I mean, he might be able to get MVP or Defensive Player of the Year. Honestly, he's tough.
Yeah, but my other 2, right? Actually, honestly, Mikal Bridges would be in my top 5, right?
Wow.
My top 5. When I say a top 5, only because there's only 2 people I put above. There's 3 I put above, right?
Okay.
Giannis is my main one, right?
Okay.
Honestly, I think Giannis is a solid choice, right? Actually, no, I think Mikal would be 3rd.
Okay.
I'd put him above Embiid. Honestly,
That's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I put him above everybody, realistically speaking, but that's tough.
Don't get me wrong, right? Embiid is a great defender, but I feel like he's better at scoring than he is at defending. Honestly,
Giannis?
Yeah,
no, for sure. He's obviously just a capable defender. That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty capable.
Well, Giannis is just a monster all around on the court.
Yeah, he's athletic as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to stop, man. Hard to stop.
But I wouldn't put him above Giannis, and I wouldn't have put him above Bam, because Bam is also a monster on defense as well.
Bam is Bam is tough.
Bam's
Bam
tough.
is tough for sure. That block he had on, who was it? Jaylen Brown? No, it was Jason Tatum.
We don't talk about that.
That motherfucking block that's damn near one of the best blocks in NBA history ever.
It was all right, I guess.
Anthony, that shit was clean, Anthony. If you did that shit, Anthony, you would never stop talking about that for the rest of your life.
I seen Mutombo do it better. Oh, best believe I wouldn't stop talking about that for the rest of my life, man.
Exactly. It was that nice.
Swear.
That shit was nice, boy.
Better have had me on a highlight. Otherwise, somebody ain't doing their job.
That's crazy. But other than that, is there anything else basketball-wise? Man, let me try to think real quick. Is there anything I want to mention for my predictions for the basketball season? Do you have any more finishing words for the basketball season?
Fuck the Lakers.
That's a given. Everybody should know. Everybody should know what time it is, man.
Yeah.
Fuck the Lakers. Come on now.
The Los Angeles losers.
If they really don't make the playoffs, if I'm watching this back at the end of the season, they really don't make it.
Man,
fucking trade the whole team. Get rid of LeBron James, please.
I don't even know why they'd be on your playoff list in the first place, man. There was never never even crossed my mind that there was even a chance that they were going to make the playoffs. Like,
what I will say is this.
Never even crossed my mind.
Anthony Davis is probably going to get hurt again. I'm not saying that to prey on his downfall. I'm really not. I'm just letting you know the probable. It's probably going to happen.
Probably. He's not hurt right now?
Surprisingly, I think he is going to start the season healthy.
That motherfucker always hurt. I swear. I give him 3 games.
Mr. Glass.
Give him
Glass.
Glass.
His ankles can't handle it, bro. His ankles can't handle it. Simple. Neither can Marcus Smart's, but it's fine.
I'm not praying on his downfall as one person. I'm praying on his downfall as a collective, as a team, right?
Okay.
So that means him and every other Laker, right? All together. I pray on all their downfalls. But I give him 3 games. I give him 3. I give him 3 games before he's hurt again.
Hey, like a boy. That's the boy can't stay healthy. Man, he needs.
Now when he says reaching, that could be reaching. Giving him 3 games, might be reaching.
The hate is real. Here's the thing. Obviously, Anthony.
I made this clear, of course.
What you need to realize is this: we're being realistic.
Yeah.
He's Glass. Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh no, he's Glass. It's Mr. Glass, man. Simple. Other than that, fellas, I appreciate everyone for stopping by. If you're watching this, make sure you go and leave a like. Yeah. So those were our predictions for the 2022-2023 basketball season. Looking forward to it. I got the Suns playing tomorrow. Obviously, Celtics won today. But other than that, I appreciate everyone stopping by. This was the Life of a Champ podcast, episode number 67, talking about cultivating an undefeated mindset for the part 2, as well as we're talking about basketball. Stay tuned for the next podcast on Thursday. Also, like I had mentioned earlier in the podcast, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on my YouTube Shorts, as well as my TikTok. But other than that, fellas, you guys have a good rest of your night. And before I go, fellas, you know the motto over here. We don't just work, we outwork. So make sure you outworking these motherfuckers out here. Come on now. Other than that, Anthony, do you have any finishing words for the people?
Man. Usually I have some shit for this. Damn.
And just finishing words. They don't got to be game. It just got to be finishing words.
Finishing words? Live with no regrets.
Live with no regrets? All right,
No
my
regrets.
finishing word is this. Fuck the Bucks, fuck the Lakers, and fuck the Mavs. That is my end of the
And fuck
end
Curry.
words. All right, then there you go. We're going around like that. Y'all have a good night, man. Y'all have a good night.